Square Enix, right? Have you guys been following the situation with Square Enix? Oh yeah, there's thunderstorms all over the place. Yeah, so Square Enix is announcing a plan to aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy because they're not making money. I know we talked about last stream that they lost a ton of money, that they took a $140 million hit from content abandonment. Content abandonment, which basically means that they did a bunch of games that didn't perform. You've got Forspoken, even the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, Rehash, whatever the hell they're calling it, didn't do that great, I think, because it was a PS5 exclusive. So yeah, they're taking all kinds of write-downs, and now they're talking that they're going to aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy. A multi-platform strategy, just coming from a niche gamer. Square Enix has announced a new business plan that will see the company shift away from console exclusives like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy 16. They should have in the first place. I mean, I think it was really stupid to release exclusives for the PS5 when the PS5 was kind of a dud in Japan and people couldn't find one for the longest time. And they're like, why don't we sell very many games? It's like, well, hardly anybody has a console, right? I mean, that was kind of stupid. So the new strategy is going to see the company aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy that will see its games released across all modern platforms, including PC, Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation. This is a massive shift in the company's policy, which frequently saw game releases exclusively on PlayStation a lot of times. They said only certain consoles like the PS5 or Nintendo Switch had permanent exclusivity. I don't know why they do that. Why would anybody do exclusive games in this market? We'll talk about that. I want to talk about that because this has been something I've been talking about a lot lately. Is like, other than Nintendo, there is no need for a console. Like, you can just buy a gaming PC and you can play everything. And I think especially after Sony and Xbox screwed up so bad this generation, more and more people are just going to go to PC for sure. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to diversify their earnings opportunities by strengthening customer contact points. Why don't you just make a bunch of new good games like you used to? Like Square Enix, I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but back in the day, back in the 90s and early 2000s, they released a ton of great games, and we had great games from Squaresoft like every other month. We had fantastic RPGs, and they've got these great IP that they're just sitting on that they're not doing anything with. You've got Parasite Eve, Vagrant Story. They're not doing anything with these games. They actually outsourced Front Mission, I think, to another company because they didn't want to bother with it. I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you guys? All right, trying to keep up with the chat here. All right, so for HD titles, the group is going to aggressively pursue a multi-platform strategy that includes Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and PCs, especially in regards to major franchises and AAA titles, including catalog titles. It's going to build an environment where more customers can enjoy our titles. In addition, it will also devise a platform strategy for SD titles that includes not only iOS and Android, more shitty mobile apps, but also the possibility of PC launches. Hey, Short Fat Otaku, hello. All right. So furthermore, the group will strive to maximize the acquisition of new users when launching a title, and that of recurring users after starting management of game operation. Okay, that sounds to me like live service games. And it's gonna be like PlayStation Network, where you're gonna have to create a Square account, I'm sure. Building continuous customer contact points of our titles by stepping up digital sales. The group will strengthen user flow of digital sales of new titles at the time of launch. Regarding the initiatives of promotion, this is all corporate speak. This is all corporate speak. What I'm not hearing in any of this is we're going to make good games again. We're going to make good games that consumers like, that they're going to throw money at us. No, what I'm hearing is corporate speak for we're going to make more live service games and we're going to launch them on as many platforms as we possibly can. Yeah, I know the iPhones are capable of a lot, but it just seems like most of those games are still, a lot of them are lower tier. They really are. So they said this is going to generate the opportunity of generating revenue in our rich catalog titles lineup, which leads to strengthen its earnings base. By expanding sales of catalog titles, moreover, the group will engage in initiatives which focus on the acquisition of PC users. There it is, guys. So let me, I guess, bring this up because this got a lot of traction over the weekend. I did not expect it. God, people got so pissed off at me. Like they did. I just said, look, in this day and age, I do not see a reason for buying a console, especially after the crap that Xbox and Sony have been pulling in this generation, other than Nintendo. And I did exclude Nintendo. I said, because Nintendo consoles are, kind of a different thing, right? They're kind of a different thing. But I said, now's a perfect time to jump ship to PC. And people got so damn pissed. God, they got so pissed. They don't want to hear it. And they're like, well, PCs are too hard and they're too expensive. I'm like, dude, you can buy a mid-range compact gaming PC. They're like this big. They're like under $500. They're smaller than a PS5. You're going to run, Cyberpunk at full settings. Probably not, but you can play pretty much everything on them. Yeah, I would get a mini PC personally. I mean, you can upgrade them too. That's my personal opinion. I think that's where everything's going right now. And just think about all the games that you can play, even if it's not the latest AAA title. Who the hell wants to play Suicide Squad anyway? There's not much coming out, I don't think, in the AAA space. Most of the indie titles you can run on a potato. So, yeah, let's see here. So I put this out there. And I got so much shit for it. People are still fighting about it in the comments. And I thought it was a pretty mild take. I'm biased toward PC, though. I have been for a long time. The only console I personally have is I have a Switch for the exclusives and being able to play it on the go. Nintendo consoles are a different thing. They're kind of like a toy. It's like halfway between a toy and a game console. And I just don't see the point in buying a PS5 or an Xbox, because an Xbox is just a shitty gaming PC that you can't upgrade, right? I mean, why would you want to buy that when you, for a little bit more, can buy a gaming PC that runs everything? And Xbox is on everything right now, right? So we got people here talking about Suicide Squad. All right. So yeah, I said there's no need for dedicated gaming consoles. This is a mini gaming PC. There are several, even just going out to Amazon, and some of them I've looked at the reviews on. They're actually pretty decent. I would say that the specs are better than the PS5 or the Xbox, because you got to remember those consoles were designed a long time ago, and you can actually upgrade this stuff. Now, is it quite to plug and play yet? No, but I have a couple gaming PCs that are set up for Hyperspin to play retro games. And as soon as I plug them in, plug the controllers in, it's like having a console. It's got every game from Atari 2600 through PS1, PS2 on it. And so you can do it, but it's not something that the average consumer is going to be able to do. I just don't think I don't think they're necessary. And this is what you're paying for, guys. You want an exclusive like Starfield. And to get a modded version of Starfield, if anybody even bothers modding it, you're going to have to get a PC anyway. And the Xbox is on everything, right? But again, I'm excluding Nintendo from this for sure. So yeah, I would say that this is what they're doing. They know everybody's going to migrate to PC, and they want to get in on that. What else do we got here? Oh, yeah. Well, since I'm on Niche Gamer already, the girls are excited about this. That'd be Geeky and Pinky Boo. They just realized that there is a Demon Slayer Mario Party game coming out. Not actually Mario Party, obviously. But it's called, what is it called? Sweep the Board. Have you guys seen this yet? Do they have a trailer for it? I don't think they have a trailer for it yet. Oh, I guess it's been available since April. But it's coming out in July? Yeah, so it's actually kind of cool. We were watching a trailer for it, and it's basically just Mario Party, right? But with Demon Slayer characters. All right, so let's go. Oh, I don't want this. Let's talk about Helldivers 2. We're going to talk about that. Helldivers 2 was delisted from, I think it was 177 countries because of the shenanigans around the PSN. If you guys don't know, what happened was Helldivers 2, everybody got tricked into buying this game on Steam thinking it was this great indie title. Of course, Sony is involved in it. And then what happened was, yeah, hey, surprise, you're going to have to sync this game with your PSN account. And oh, some countries don't have it? I guess you're not getting the game then. Bunch of bullshit. Yeah, you got it. We're doing pretty good. Thank you very much. Let's see here. That was Michelle McCarty. So anyway, yeah, Helldivers 2 was delisted by Sony, not Steam.